This is the Toyota FT1. This is Toyota's vision for the future of Toyota. Essentially, this is future Toyota 1 being the ultimate Toyota.
It really symbolizes where we're moving as a car company. Toyota's designing more exciting, more passionate cars that have fundamental great driver engagement. Toyota FT1 is really at the pinnacle of that aspiration and the spirit of where we're moving as a company, the company we're evolving into.
We chose to do a sports car. FT1 represents Toyota's kind of a culmination of Toyota's racing heritage and sports car heritage. There's zero retro about it, but when we set out to design it, the idea was that this is not a reinvention and not a reinterpretation of our past, not by any stretch of the imagination. But what it is we understand kind of where the vehicle came from. 2000 GT, Supra, Celica. These are all vehicles that we have kind of a rich sports car heritage that has been kind of missing for the last 15 years. FRS being our most recent kind of connection back to that world, and this vehicle represents an extension of that heritage.
Now, I like to think the proportions are really great. We set the cowl back so it has a really great dramatic proportion. It's very muscular.
To appeal to people in the sense that this is a true sports car, you have to basically set the car up architecturally in that way. So when we laid the vehicle out, it was really important that we get kind of a classic proportion, but achieve some kind of modernity in the surface texture and the surface kind of vocabulary that goes beyond just a kind of a classic proportion.
We coined the term function sculpting to develop the form language, which means that the beauty is really derived from a functional purpose.
Design-wise, there's a lot to kind of take in. The exterior, the idea of this function sculpting, it really came out of a deep understanding of kind of how wind can sculpt rock. So you see the exterior here. There are points where the wind needs to kind of go in and cool the vehicle, but the wind actually sculpts it and creates a beautiful form. That created kind of an element that the vehicle kind of lives, and it doesn't just sit there very static. So when I walk around the vehicle, every corner of the vehicle to me is exciting. It's like a human being. It doesn't exist on one plane. You move around it, and it's the vehicle kind of brings joy to me from every angle. And that's really the truth. FT1 was entirely conceived and styled in Newport Beach at Kelty Design Research. This was a vehicle that we really wanted to do, and we championed the vehicle. But so really there were no other competitors for it. It was something that we needed to do to kind of carry Akio's global vision for the company forward, and this represented kind of a North American effort. So specifically, this is our project. What you see behind you.
For Kelty, it's a great, exciting product to work on. It doesn't get any better for car designers to work on these kind of cars. So we're super excited to work on this car. It's a dream for us to develop these. It doesn't get much better than this.
Bringing Gran Turismo into the showcase of the vehicle was something that kind of came out of the whole team's kind of enthusiast kind of perception of cars. All of us, we're all gearheads. We all love vehicles. And Gran Turismo is a great platform for gearheads to kind of, basically dip their foot and drive vehicles that they never could previously. So, getting them involved in this and, collaborating with them on this was just a dream come true for many of us. It's a beautiful vehicle. It kind of stirs your emotion. Specifically, you don't want to point to one thing and say this is going to be the next Camry or this is going to be that. What it really represents is, again, this real kind of deep sense of connection with design and appealing more to people's hearts. So the idea of that, connecting to people, that's what you can see carried forward. Not some specific design element per se, but the emotion that this thing creates. That's what you can see in our future lineup. The reality is this is a concept car for the North American Auto Show, and it's meant to represent, again, our passion for design. People's reaction to the vehicle can only help to influence, the idea of this thing becoming a production vehicle, but that's in no way, shape, or form a current plan.